What's up guys, VitalSyntax here, and this is a tour of my gaming setup at my current apartment. I'm planning to move in like a month or so this might change. I might have to do another update video, but I thought I'd show you guys my current gaming setup as it sits right now. There'll be a link in the description to all of the parts in my PC at PC Part Picker if you're interested in that, but let's go ahead and run through some of the peripherals. I'm using the BenQ XL2420T. It's a 24-inch, 120 hertz monitor. Got some really crappy Logitech speakers back there, but hey, they do the job and I honestly don't use them too often. And then over to the left, I've got another monitor. This is a 24-inch Asus monitor. It's not 120 hertz, it's just 60 hertz, but I kind of use that for editing, being able to see the video on a full screen as well as running other programs on a secondary window or secondary screen. This is the Rode PSA-1 boom arm as well as the Blue Yeti microphone. I'm also using the Astro A40. It's a 2012 edition, I believe. They have a newer version that includes some upgrades, but awesome headset. I love it so much. I've been using it for about a year and a half now. It's been really awesome. Using the Razer Black Widow Stealth keyboard, mechanical keyboard with brown switches, as well as a Mionix Neos 5000 mouse, and the Razer Bungee, which is actually quite useful for making a wireless mouse basically feel wireless, which is really cool. You can see some of the cable routing and management I've got going with some of that tubing. So I'm using the Corsair 550D. It's a mid-tower case that's focused on silence as well as dust filtration, so it has sound dampening material all throughout the case. It also has fan filters, so it's a great case, and it also has a really nice sleek look to it. Definitely much better than my previous case, which was very flashy, which is the Asa Hurricane 2000, which looked cool, but I don't know, I kind of wanted a more sleek looking case that focused once again on silence, which is really nice for when I'm recording. You don't really hear anything in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and boot up my computer here. I'm using Windows 8, and I'll actually show you guys towards the end of the video a look at my desktop and some of the programs I use on a daily basis, as well as just kind of what I have running. But I have it booting off of an SSD. It boots up extremely fast, under 12 seconds, probably more like 8 or 10 seconds. So it's a really awesome machine. That's one of the best benefits of using an SSD in combination with Windows 8. You can see my desktop background here, and just an overview of the desk in general. I actually got the desk I'm using all of this on for $15 at Goodwill, and it's a solid wood desk, and it's way better than any desk I've ever owned, which is just a crazy deal. You can see some of the lighting effects with the blue colors on the Razer Black Widow, as well as the Mionix Neos 5000. I'm not using a mouse pad currently. I do have a couple in the closet, but I just find it a little bit easier to use the desk surface than a mouse pad. And then here's an example of the arm and how it can extend. It extends really far. It's actually spring loaded, so it doesn't really take any effort to move it into position. It also has a little lock mechanism towards the back. You can see some cable management where you can route the cables to allow you to have a kind of clean and nice look to it. And it's really useful, especially for somebody like me that records gameplay and records commentaries on a daily basis. The ability to have the mic positioned in whatever area I want makes it a lot more comfortable instead of having to lean forward to reach the mic. But yeah, there's just a view out in my backyard. I don't know why I filmed this. I thought it'd just be kind of cool to show you guys. But anyway, I'll switch over to my desktop and show you guys some of my desktop features, as well as some of the programs I use on a daily basis. Alright guys, so next I wanted to show you guys my desktop and talk about some of the programs I use on a daily basis. So I'm using Windows 8. It's a 64-bit machine, 8 gigs of RAM, a 2600K at 4.8 gigahertz, it's GTX 680. If you guys want to see a full list of specs, there'll be a link in the description to PC Part Picker. I'm also using a custom theme with Windows 8, which is in here. It's Snowy version 3 light window captions. I'll put a link in the description to the DeviantArt page if you guys want to download that. Strongly recommended if you're using Windows 8, because I just do not like the flat color style of Windows 8. And you can even customize whatever color you want in here. You can see I'm using a dark gray theme. I also probably wondering how I'm using a start button or start menu instead of the new start interface with Windows 8 and the modern UI. Is I'm using what's called Start is Back, and it's a program that brings the start button from and start menu from Windows 7 to Windows 8, and it's almost identical. It behaves exactly how you'd expect it to, and it's incredibly awesome. And ever since I've installed this, I haven't had to use modern UI since, and that's a godsend because I cannot stand modern UI. Don't want to talk too much about that, but I just cannot use it. It's horrible for a keyboard or mouse, at least. All right, now I'm also, you can see it works in conjunction with the theme I'm using. I've also tried Start 8, which works quite similarly to Start Is Back, but it didn't work with this theme, so I decided to go out and get Start Is Back to enable that. So some of my daily programs I use regularly is Chrome for web browsing, TeamSpeak for voice clients, I use Spotify for listening to music. I have a premium account, awesome service. I use Steam for obviously games, Origin as well. DxStory for recording gameplay. I also have Bandicam in here in my start menu for recording my desktop like I'm doing right now. I use Premiere CC or Creative Cloud for 90% of my video editing. Use Adobe CC, After Effects as well for some of the intros and overlays and stuff I use. Adobe CC Photoshop as well, or Creative Cloud Photoshop. Essentially this is the latest version, right after CS6 for that. So anyway, that wraps up this overview of my gaming setup. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.